Do you think I slept with wood?
Well, I learned a long time ago not to ask a question I didn't want to know the answer to.
Why don't you want to know?
Because I don't.
Why?
You wrecking my flow, okay?
Excuse the fuck out of me. I didn't. Wrecking your fucking flow.
That's a no-no. That's a fucking no-no. Poets date poets, young male poets, that is a no-no. If you want to have a nightmare on the scene, that is a fucking no-no.
Don't do it! Don't do it! Oh my God, don't. Don't do it. Just don't.
Should I be?
No, you're not a poet.
But, okay.
This is poets any other poet.
I got you.
Because, you know, I have experienced that in and of itself, and I will say that it's a beautiful disaster.
Don't date a poet. You can fuck a few, but don't date them, all right? That's what I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna leave that there.
It never worked for me. It never worked for me, and y'all, people out there know.
Oh, it's the worst thing in the world. My life has been destroyed because of loving another poet. Yes.
That's crazy because I done watched it go bad. And I done seen it go good too.
It's natural. It's so natural. Both of y'all got that sugar honey water for each other. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can spit that good stuff to each other. Y'all know how to talk. Y'all got the same kind of interest and care about things. But
Mostly bad.
both of you all paint pictures, and sometimes you ain't seeing the same thing. You feel me?
One thing about most poets is that they have an amazing ability to express themselves when they're on stage. And it becomes infinitely more difficult to express themselves when they're speaking to someone individually.
Because nothing you say is safe. Everything you say is gonna end up in poem, good or bad, and you're like, fuck.
You're labeled as a bad guy because that was my friend, and then we just gonna do a team piece about your raggedy ass. No.
I tell all the sisters, do not date a poet. Fuck the peripheral. You know, the photographers, the DJs, the dude at the door. You know what I'm saying? But don't mess with none of them brothers that get on that stage.
Now, those female poets are gonna be beautiful. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna say some fly shit to you. You're gonna have some times when y'all gonna be sitting around chilling, smoking a blunt, drinking and shit, and you're gonna let your guard down. She's gonna say the most beautifulest things to your brother, but you better keep your dick in your pants, brother.
The problem that has happened is a lot of sisters get fucked out the game. If you understand what I'm saying.
The things that I learned in life, I don't think I would want to learn with a poet if that ain't the right one for you, because you're gonna have all of your mistakes all out in the open, but they won't see the finished product.
They had this amazing poetry love affair, and then it breaks up and she can't come back to the poetry scene.
Because once you do it, everywhere you go, she's gonna show up and she's gonna start smothering you, and you're gonna get tired of her, and you're gonna be trying to get that feel of just coming out to the poetry venue and have your freedom. But she's gonna be telling you, I was a poet too, you know.
And it happens the other way around where the girl comes, but dudes, you know, so egotistical, they ain't gonna let them know that they shook. But females get straight off the game. They just can't come back, they can't deal, they can't, you know, and then they don't do poetry no more.
Sometimes I think it's a competition thing between the two people. And one is higher, one is lower, or even if both of y'all is on the same level, you know, it just never works. You know, it's like mixing business with pleasure, I guess. You know, until you get to Jay-Z and Beyonce status. That's the only time that's gonna work. So just focus on your goal. Get you another girl that can understand your life.
I just say, you know, especially the good ones. I don't say this to everybody. Hey, the guys need somebody to screw. But the girls that are really good, I'll be like, don't you? Now, some of them don't listen to me. Most of them don't listen to me. Hey, I'll listen to myself.
It can be tragic, and you know, depending on what the situation is and how it ends in that instance. So, you know, I'm gonna do my Forrest Gump and say that's all I've got to say about that.
You know, it don't work.
I've
been trying to live my life like it's golden without Jill giving me permission. But I'm not going to lie. Trying to stay focused on this vision isn't always easy when there are thieves in your temple, the prince and the princesses, and it's my fault because I love too quickly. Love before I find out that there are wolves in sheep's clothing, even when they are fleeced with designer labels. I've labeled friends as foes and foes as friends. Thought she was a classy friend when she was just a hoe with selfish goals. I thought he was a gentleman when he gently left holes in my soul. So I gotta get my house in order. Clean out the cobwebs in my corner. Because let's face it, how often do we look there? How often do you see your reflection and see two people staring back at you and you don't recognize neither? I learned to travel the roads left traveled by. And at times, the altitudes may seem too high, but I breathe better when I'm trying to touch the sky. I'm flying with one wing, but with God's help, I get by, but don't get it twisted. Don't come for me. I never sent for you.
And then we get back around to your original question about the industry. If I go on that motherfucker right now with some straight garbage and they get 2 million hits in a couple of weeks, them motherfuckers don't give a fuck how much garbage your shit is. They looking at that 2 million hits. That's money right there. You know what I'm saying? You know, now you can motherfucking make anybody's shit look like it's pumping because you can pay motherfuckers to click the shit. You know what I'm saying? So all that shit is, you know what I'm saying, don't mean nothing no more. It's like you take something that means something and you figure out a way to basically hack it. You know what I'm saying? You know, not just from a computer sense, but it's like a life hack. You know what I'm saying? They used to do the same thing. These record companies say, I got an artist over here selling 5, 6, 7 million. This nigga ain't selling no record. Get that nigga some of his sales. You know what I'm saying? That shit is illegal as hell. That's just like the same thing to cooking your books. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I done sold 8 million. I want my motherfucking 8 million plaque. Nigga gonna give me a 6 million plaque and make this styrofoam ass nigga look like he went double platinum. You know what I'm saying? But the money gonna still add up in the record company. You know what I'm saying? But you getting this nigga do what he got my money.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you call mainstream. You know, you always gonna get somebody to be able to do a commercial here, a few things here. Will a poet be a household name like a Kevin Hart or something like that? I think it's a long way from that.
Atlanta's industry. We ain't just a poetry show that's at a spot. We are TV, we are retail, we are production companies. We trying to buy bricks around here.
Cut the check, Bo, cut it.
As poets, especially at this age, we have expanded beyond just the poetry stage. You know what I'm saying? We are contracts and commissioned writings. Hey, what's up, G? Cherokee? What's up, Hennessy? I need a deal for Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew? I swear, I bleed Mountain Dew. I'm just saying. And I'm not one of them poets that's like, oh my God, I would never write about soda or meat or cigarettes. If I smoke Newport, I eat bacon, and I drink Mountain Dew, why I can't write about it? That's dumb. That's hypocritical.
With poets going mainstream, yes, it is possible. You know, like the brother that's promoting this show. You know, my brother C-Bone Jones, I honor you to the fullest. You know, he's getting play at the LA Clippers Stadium. You know, he's doing a lot of other things with this writer's block. And you have other poets, J. Ivy, who has done, you know, national TV work with the NCAA championship football games. And you have Malik Youssef, and you have Georgia Me, and you have a lot of other people, Black Ice, that have done things on a big national level. But the game is so oversaturated sometimes that a lot of the other people really don't understand what they're doing. It's like you gotta push the front runners through first so we can bust the tape down, and then all y'all can come through without us being pushed through first. We're ahead of you in the line. So just push us all through and all y'all will come through.
Oh, it was somebody who did some poetry and I was like, they could have got somebody else. But, you know, we got to build our profile bigger. And if those same poets fed into the poets who got like, or push the poets that have a name already, then you would see them BET call Abyss and Red and Georgia and Black Ice. And it would be second nature. But because you all, I want it. You've been in the game 2 years. You somebody's sister cousin, and you get up there and you don't represent the game right. You're not ready. People just delusional in their abilities, Not saying that you won't be an amazing, great, outstanding artist at some point, but if you're not there right now, be real with yourself. It's like everybody's like, I'm the best in the world. You the best in the mirror.
With poetry, most people don't even understand even what it is. You tell somebody that everybody thinks they do a poem. You know what I mean? If you don't know nothing else, you'll run into anybody who, and I ain't talking about the lane of I'm trying to do it. I'm talking about you just ask the, you could just ask the, oh, I write poetry too. So it's a very broad thing.
That's the curse to being a poet. We bear the same cross as a jazz musician, as a classical musician, as a hardcore actor in the theater. We bear that same cross because we've been chosen to be in a genre that a lot of people just can't fucking understand.
You know what I'm saying? That people really can't define. If you can't really define it, it's hard to market it commercially. Because I don't know what it is. How do I package this thing? You know what I'm saying? That's really what it comes down to.
There's a few commercials that have poets on it already, or poets that have written for it. I don't know that poets will bust out mainstream like we're talking about. Like, we want it to happen. You know, we're making strides for it to happen. I think the internet and social media can help make it happen. I don't know that if I said today that even me and all the best next 10 poets said we're going to be at Phillips Arena, I don't know that we could fill 30,000. But I know that we are filling 1,000 theaters on our own. We used to think that if we went mainstream, we would be selling out. But we shouldn't glorify being poor. Like, that's ridiculous.
You got to know who you are before you meet these people, or you going to believe what they tell you. We never know that I'd be a grandparent before this thing got to popping.
The thing that I loved about being on tour with Jill Scott was I had to prove myself every night. They did not care. They didn't know. They didn't want no poetry. But by 1 minute in, they was with me. But it's the same. You got to prove yourself, and you got to show the world what this is. And I ain't even mad at them that they don't know. It ain't their fault they don't know. There's a devised plan for them not to know. Spoken word frees people. It empowers people. It uplifts people. So that means that you're not buying outside yourself, which is buying into the system. So we anti-system, and we ain't even really did nothing, but that's what it is. So they keep us away. They try to keep us down. They try to minimize our life. They give it to a rapper instead of a spoken word artist. Come on.
They gave rap some money just to be quiet. Here, get on what y'all on. Get on the parties. Don't give me that information. Just get on that dumb shit. If you get on that dumb shit, I'm finna tear you off. I'm about to break you off.
And it ain't nothing wrong with Crit, because Crit is a poet. But this is Atlanta. It's unacceptable for the Hip Hop Awards to be in Atlanta and you need poets, or you want to do a cappella poetry, when you can go right down the street and get some of the best poets in the world.
I was born on the cusp between Leo and the Virgin. Spirit intact, I'm just working on my person. Done blew a French Quarter, sipped on Suburban, trying to cut it out, but it's hard to find a surgeon. Critics say I taint my gift with the cursing, so I hustle with emphasis until it's curtains. Live your life cause your death is for certain. Do it on your own or face the coercion. We waiting in the water preparing for excursion. They gave us White Jesus, King Jimmy's version. This is not a beat, they just stake out. Impala, Suburbans, they order me like takeout. They want to frisk my turban, so I question their observance. Spit my gift like I'm Christmas curling. Any given Sunday, Willie Beeman got him earling. But change gon' come whether you like it or not. They say freedom, it ain't free, it might cost me my knot. Said the enemy is salty, starting to feel like Lot. Same thing got Biggie and Tupac shot. We supposed to move mountains, but we stuck on these rocks. Got big shoes to fill, I double up on my socks. We on a shoestring budget, and it's tied up in knots. We got a black president, yes, his name is Barack. But if my freedom got to cost, y'all can give me a box. I'd rather walk it out with God. Call me Enoch.